Welcome to Sim Race TV. I'm Jay Weezy. We're live tonight from the Chili Boat. That's right, modified Sim ADDICTS Outlaw Modified Series. That's right, Monday Modifieds. Race number 8 coming up. They're qualifying. I'm excited to watch this race here at the Chili Bow. Right now, almost everybody's been out on the track to qualify. Brandon Bolton, the fastest driver right now with 11.317. Tim Christensen in second. Brennan Lacey in third. 11.503, his fast time. Then we got Trevor Bitterling and Jonathan Smith, Wes Gwaltney, Matt Kerperine, and Jarrett Murphy. Charles Silvas and Bo DeYoung round out the top 10. And hey, why not throw it up on the screen for you here? The top 10 in qualifying on the left-hand side. And right here, we're watching Fry run some laps out there. Let's jump in the car with him and see what it's like if he don't quit yet. Usually when I do this, they'll park it. So see if we can get in a lap here in these modifieds at the Chili Bow before this race kicks off. Because coming up, we got heat races where the top 3 will lock themselves in. Then we're going to do some B and C mains, maybe. We'll see. Right now, it looks like we got 19 drivers that showed up here tonight. So it might, I'm pretty sure all the drivers will make the 50-lap main event here, which is awesome for everybody out there. No pressure to qualify, as you can see Fry flipping it over there, and I believe someone else out there. Bryson Daffrin out on the track here in this qualifying session. Currently sitting 5th on the leaderboard here in qualifying. Out there running some practice laps, getting that thing dialed in. These drivers running open setup, so they got a chance to make adjustments to that machine if they need to. Try to get it as fast as possible here. Qualifying winding down. We got less than a minute left, so get ready. Heat race number 1 will be starting up here in just a second. So grab whatever you need to watch this one live on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV with me, Jay Weezy, up in the booth here. All right, that's going to do it for qualifying. Brandon Bolton's going to take the pole here in qualifying with a 11.317 here at this small track, the Chili Bow. Tim Christensen, Brennan Lacey, Trevor Bitterling, and Bryson Daffrin round out the top 5 for qualifying. Heat race number 1 about to get started here. We're going to go through the starting grid. 10 drivers out there. Hey, that's awesome either way, however you want to watch it, Carson. I appreciate the support either way, and I'm sure these guys do too. They're definitely wanting to put on a great show for you out there, regardless of how you're watching. It looks like the 124 machine of Brandon Bolton's going to be starting on the pole of this one. The 714, Brennan Lacey alongside him. Second row is going to be Bryson Daffrin, the number 9 machine. And on the outside of him is going to be the 81 of Wes Gwaltney. Third row is going to be the 25 of Jarrett Murphy. And the 027 of Bo DeYoung. And right behind them, we're going to have the 56 of Christopher Miller. And JD Sass starting last but not least. Derek Friedman and Jonathan May not out there in this one. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But they are shown to be running in this one. I guess they're not going to make it. That's all right. These drivers are out there and they are ready to go. Let's get this thing started. Pace car off the racetrack. Brandon Bolton about to hammer down, and he does. Small track here, so they squeeze it through turns number 1 and 2. Daffer side by side with Lacey. Looks like the inside line is going to get the edge on that one as Daffer takes over the second place, but not for long. The 714 of Lacey stuck his nose in there, had to check up. Bryson Daffer and Lacey go at it one more time. We got a battle for the number 2 spot. Brandon Bolton checking out on him as he leads laps here. 5 to go, coming to 4 this time by Brandon Bolton, looking good, not even in the picture right now, but these two, they've been side by side the whole time. Lacey and Daffer. These two are in transfer spots, but I believe transfer spots won't be an issue here. I believe all the drivers will advance to the main. 20 cars will advance, and I believe 19 showed up at the Chili Bowl. Some drivers must be scared of this little track, and they stayed home. That's all right. Tuck your tail between your legs and stay on the porch. These drivers right here, not scared at all, out there right now, putting on a show here in heat race number 1, but the white flag is out. Brandon Bolton led every lap to take the win here. We got a side-by-side finish. Dafford in second. Brennan Lacey in third. Wes Waltney in fourth. Jared Murphy rounds out the top 5. Then we got Bodie Young, JD Sass, and Chris. All right, heat race number 2 about to get started. They're sitting on the track, ready to go. Pace truck just holding them up for just a second, letting everybody get a chance to get to their car, get strapped in. The 27 of Tim Christensen starting on the pole. And on his outside, watch out, the 225 of Trevor Bitterling. Second row inside, the 23 of Jonathan Smith. Alongside Jonathan Smith, we lose sound for just a second. Sorry about that. Alongside Jonathan Smith, Matt Kerperine. Third row should be Charles Silvas inside and Matt Smith outside, but it looks like it's going to be the 21 of Fry on the inside with Matt Smith alongside him there. And last but not least, the 331 of Dustin Hall from Bad Racing. Tim Christian, he's ready to go. And the track is clear for him to throw the hammer down. Let's see what Christensen's got here. Can he? What a jump over Trevor Bitterling. Leaves Trevor at the last corner there. Trevor might have fell asleep for a second because Tim Christensen really took off on him. That's going to make it hard for Bitterling to run him down. Matt Kerperine in third. Not saying Bitterling can't do it. We know that 225 is fast, but so is the 141 of Matt Kerperine. He's got the 23 behind him. That's Jonathan Smith. Single file here in this heat race. First heat race, pretty much side by side for that second position. These drivers all single file right now. But here comes the 23 of Jonathan Smith looking to the back bumper of Matt Kerperine. Can he make it happen? You ain't missed it yet now, Thomas. Mr. Thomas, that is. Well, let's jump on board here because the 141 of Matt Kerperine looking off the back bumper of his machine. The 23 of Jonathan Smith hanging in there. White flag out here for heat race number 2. Tim Christensen still your leader. Trevor could not get to him. So that's gonna give the win to Tim Christensen. Trevor Bitterling comes home second. Matt Kerperine, Jonathan Smith, and Matthew Smith gonna be your top 5. Dustin Hall and all those other drivers, hey, they're in there. They ain't got nothing to worry about. Oh, you missed the race. Oh, man, come on now. Mike, you won last week. Could have made it 2 in a row there, Crawn. Yeah, started at 9 o'clock Eastern. Not sure how long you had to get in there, but yeah, probably closed right before you got there. So I hate to hear that, man. Coming off a win last week at VOLUSIA, pretty dominating performance you had. All right, final practice for these guys to go out and make last-minute adjustments. And if they felt something they didn't like in the heat race they just ran, oh, a little trouble there for the 56. Miller in the 56 went around in front of the whole pack. But yeah, this gives them a second to make some last-minute adjustments if they felt something they didn't like in that heat race they just ran. But the leaders of those heat races, man, they dominated that one. They're going to be starting on that front row. And it's going to be a battle for the #1 spot here in the 50-lap main event for the Sim Addicts, the Outlaw Modified Series here on Modified Mondays. 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes left here in final practice. Then we're going to put on a show for you here. So let's jump into a ride with one of these drivers here. We're on board with right now Jarrett Murphy, the fastest one out there. He's not on the track right now, but he threw down the fastest time. Here comes the 047 of Bo DeYoung. So let's jump in with him. This is what it's like to go around the Chili Bowl, not to throttle a whole lot. A lot of turning though here in this small circle. And it looks slick out there from what I'm seeing. On board Bo DeYoung that time. Bo looking good out there. He's in the 5th position as we speak. But while we got a second, let's take a look at the weather here at the Chili Bowl. Winds out of the east. I don't know how that's possible here enclosed in this building, but okay. And then the air is 65 degrees. The track is a cool 74. But either way, I don't think they have any grip. It's probably pretty slick out there on the racetrack. Matt Kerperine looking good, running in 6th right now, 11.737. Our leader, Jarrett Murphy, he threw down 11.626. So looking at these times, Jarrett Murphy is 6.26, go all the way back to 10th. It's a 8.17. So less than 2/10 separates the top 10, but a 1/10 of a second at the Chili Bowl is a long time, I tell you. Brandon Bolton only 1,000th off of Jarrett Murphy's top time up there. Trevor Bitterling, he's 38,000ths off. So, man, I tell you what, the top 4 are really close, and the top 5 are within a 10th. Top 6 actually are within a 1/10 of a second of each other. So not a lot you can do to pick up time here, but whatever they got going on, they done figured something out here at the Chili Bowl. Here it is. Small track, everything goes fast here at the Chili Bowl, so it's on. Time to move to the 50-lap main event for the Sim Addicts Outlaw Modified Series here. Race number 8. Let's check out the running order here. The 124. Brandon Bolton starting on the pole. Tim Christensen alongside him in that first row. Second row is going to be Bryson Daffern. and the 225 of Trevor Bitterling. Third row is going to be the 714, Brennan Lacey, and Matt Kerperine alongside him with the 141. Fourth row, the 81 of Wes Gwaltney. And on his outside, the 23 of Jonathan Smith. Fifth row is going to go to the 25, which was fastest in that final practice, Jared Murphy. Alongside him is going to be Matthew Smith in the 343. Sixth row is going to be the 027. We rode along with him in that final practice session. Bo DeYoung. The 331 of Dustin Hall will be alongside him. JD Sass in the 022. And alongside him, the 21 of Fry. And guess what? Here we go already. The pace car is out of the way. The track is clear, and it's at the control of Brandon Bolton in the 124. He's gonna slam the brick down on that gas pedal and get these babies going. Green flag is out. We got a car just now leaving the pits. Looks like they were a little bit late. That will be the 56 machine coming out of the pits right now, Chris Miller. We got a good battle going on here a little bit further back. It looks like the caution is out. Nobody went around, but the caution did come out for the 56 of Chris Miller. They will get Miller onto the lead lap here. That is very classy by the admins over here at the Sim Addicts. I tip my hat to them on that one. We had a race building up here in about 6th, 7th, and 8th. Wes Gwaltney, Matt Kerperine, Jarrett Murphy, they were all going at it. There's a wad of, like a pack of wild animals. Trying to get Chris Miller onto the lead lap here before they go green. Pace truck still out on the racetrack as we're waiting. Here he comes down pit road. And the 56 of Chris Miller pulls up to the back of the pack. We're about to go green. And the 124 wastes no time. Brandon Bolton back on the gas pedal. We got a battle for the third position. Bryson Dafford still battling with Brennan Lacey as he did in his heat race. And here comes Trevor Bitterling on the inside. He caught the door open and snuck on in there. He's on the inside of Bryson Daffrin right now. Bitterling showing him how to get around this raceway here at the bottom, riding on the berm with that left front tire up to the third position and pulling up on to Tim Christensen. Now Brennan Lacey on the inside of the 9. Can Bryson Daffrin hold him off like he did in the heat race? Doesn't look like he's going to be able to, but not going to give up. Daffrin taps the outside wall in 3 and 4, and here comes Trevor Bitterling ever so close to the back bumper of the 2-7. Tim Christensen still side by side for the 4th position. Going to keep an eye on this battle. They come out the gate hot, and they are still going at it. Can Bryson Daffrin ever get away from this 714? Looks like the 714 is going to pull away from Daffrin on that one. Little bit of trouble behind him. Looks like Jared Murphy. They're a little bit stacked up here. The 81 of Wes Gwaltney looking in there. We got a side-by-side battle behind them. It looks like Bo DeYoung and Matt Kerperine going at it. Bo DeYoung gets around Matt. Let's go back up front here because we're starting to come up on lap traffic. Brandon Bolton, he's got the 21 right in front of him. That's Fry and Miller. Miller got a late start. Starting to pick up some positions. Looked like he had a little bit of trouble right there. Our leader trying to get around that 21. The 21 does not want to go a lap down. Fry giving it all he can to stay on the lead lap, and here comes Bolton on the inside. Fry did not make it easy, but that's going to put him down one lap as all these other drivers currently running single file around the Chili Bowl, and it's been caution free besides the admin caution we had early on to get Chris Miller back in this race. But Chris already looking to go a lap down, just got back on the lead lap before the green flag come out. Brandon Bolton knows how to get around here at the Chili Bowl. Watching this battle between Tim Christensen and Brennan Lacey. Brennan knows how to run side by side. He's been doing it the entire race here. Just for a few laps, he's been single file. But he makes his way around Tim Christensen. Tim started second. He's back in fourth right now, so he's lost 2 positions. One to Trevor Bitterling and one to Brennan Lacey, but Brandon Bolton nowhere to be found. He's out putting cars a lap down. The last one to go a lap down is Matt Kerperine. Looks like Matt Kerperine out of this one. They've caught up with Fry here at the 21. Brandon Bolton all by himself right now. Oh, that will bring out a caution. Dustin Hall and the 027. They get caught up together. That's Bo DeYoung. Wow, that was a pretty good little run for the Chili Bowl. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to Bo and Dustin. Oh, the 027 of Young went a little cock sideways, and the Bad Racing 331 nowhere to go, makes contact with him, sends him around, brings out the caution for the first time here under green flag conditions. That the caution has been thrown once for admin and once for that. So pretty good race here. 20 laps coming up on 20 laps to go. Brandon Bolton, your race leader. Trevor Bitterling running strong in second. Brennan Lacey, Tim Christensen, and Bryson Daffrin rounds out the top 5. And I tell you what, Trevor Bitterling, this is going to really give him a shot at Brandon Bolton. He come from a little bit further back, but Brandon Bolton was gone by the time he got out into that second position. He had to work his way up to that second position, but now he's going to be starting right behind the 124. Let's see if anybody has anything for Brandon Bolton. Green flag. Looks like Bolton had a little bit of trouble there in contact with the wall. Bitterling hasn't hit the wall just yet. Running very confident in that second position, just not carrying enough speed to get to Brandon Bolton right now. We really got a lot going on right here behind Tim Christensen. It is Jarrett Murphy, Bryson Dafford, and Wes Gwaltney all lined up together behind that. It starts with Brennan Lacey in the 714 running in third, and then Tim Christensen in the 27, Bryson Dafford the 25, and the 81 of Wes Gwaltney. Gwaltney started a little bit further back. He's been working his way up, picking off a driver at a time. Next one on his hit list is the 25 of Jarrett Murphy. This looks like a big train of modifieds right now, with the 714 being the leader of that one, because Brandon Bolton has all but signed off and parked it in the victory lane, but he don't have far to go, about 12 laps when he crosses the line this time. Bitterling might have trouble, I'm not for sure, but let's keep an eye on the 225. Okay, all right, I was wrong. I do not think he has enough to get to our leader. Let's watch this battle right here, though. We're off the back bumper of Brennan Lacey. Not a whole lot of throttle being used, surprisingly. Tim Christensen running a very different gear than Trevor Bitterling. Running a really high gear, I guess you could say. Some people say low is high and high is low, but whatever you want to call it. Off of his back bumper. Oh, he just missed the 714 of Brendan Lacey, and Lacey's been running strong in that third spot. 5 laps to go here for Brandon Bolton. Bolton with a huge lead. Let's see where Bolton is. Bolton almost a half track on third place. There's your second place driver, Trevor Bitterling. He's about 6 or 7 car lengths behind our leader, Brendan Lacey. Oh, trouble here. Fry got it back under control. Let's go back to third here, where we got a battle between Tim Christensen and Brendan Lacey. Tim throws the bumper to him. This is for that third spot. The white flag's out. Here comes the checkered flag for Brandon Bolton. A battle for third. Tim Christensen and Brendan Lacey go at it, but it's going to go to the 714 of Brendan Lacey. What a race to the checkered flag for the top 3 drivers. Trevor Bitterling going to come home second. Just not enough to catch this super fast number 124 machine of Brandon Bolton. Domination for this 50-lap race here at the Chili Bowl for the ADDICTS Outlaw Modified Series, race number 8. 3 more races after this one, then they're going to crown a champion here for the ADDICTS. Brandon Bolton really threw it down. And he's out there celebrating, well deservingly. Great job by Brandon Bolton. Great job by all the drivers for putting on such a great show here tonight at the Chili Bowl. Trevor Bitterling in second, Brendan Lacey in third. Let's take a look at our race results here for race number 8. Brandon Bolton, Trevor Bitterling, Brendan Lacey, Tim Christensen, Bryson Daffron, Jarrett Murphy, Wes Gwaltney, Jonathan Smith, JD Sass, and Dustin Hall rounds out the top 10. As we look at the next 10 or 9, Bodie Young gonna bring it home 11th. Mafia Fry, Chris Miller, Matt Kerperine, Matthew Smith, Charles Silvas, Darren Friedman, Scotty Edwards, Jonathan May, all those drivers unfortunately did not race this one. Would have been nice to see Hollywood Charles Silvas out there after the run he had last week at VOLUSIA, where Mike Crawn was the winner last week. And Crawn was out there watching, and I think, Crawn, you think you would have had anything for these guys or what? All right, well, let's move on to driver interviews. Let's pull up Brennan Lacey. He finished third out there tonight. Had a pretty good car. Brennan Lacey, is Jay Weezy. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you had a good car out there tonight, but you had a lot of pressure behind you, man. Tell us what was going through your mind on that last lap, though, battling with Tim Christensen. You barely edged it out over him for that third spot.
Yeah, track got real slick, and I expected it to. Being a bull ring type racetrack, you're going to get in there and bang with some guys. And I knew he was going to come in there and try and move me a little bit. And I tried my best just to keep it down there and hopefully get a little bit of a drive off 4 come to the finish. So, yeah, it was good, hard racing. Appreciate Tim racing me clean like that. I mean, it's just Robin's race.
Absolutely, man, and it was awesome to watch you guys out there. You had a fast car all night, a lot of side-by-side battling going on with you, man, but you was able to pull it off here in third. What was it like out there, man? Was it pretty slick? It's my first time watching a race here at the Chili Bowl.
Yeah, track it got slick there, and it's expected, especially with those type of cars, a full body on that kind of racetrack there. Track got slick, and it makes for a challenge because mainly there's a 2 groove and a bottom and top groove, but around that Chili Bowl, the top groove kind of bites you here and there. So the bottom seemed dominant for me, and I knew I had to stay down there as best I could, and I was able to make it. Yeah, man, you did it tonight. Luckily, a lot of people wanted that spot, man, but you was able to hold it. You had a fast enough car to do it. It was fun watching you, Brandon. Brennan, congratulations on your third place. You want to thank anybody? Yeah, I just want to thank the guys over there at Driven Motorsports. Worked together real good to work on these setups and get them going quick in all these divisions. And just thank all them and good group. All right, man, good talking to you, and it was fun watching. Thanks, sir. That was our third place finisher, Brennan Lacey. And let's see if we can find Trevor on the radio. I believe Trevor's here. Let's see if we can talk to him. Trevor Biverling, it's Jerry Weezy. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, a lot of battling going on. We was just talking to Brennan Lacey. You and him went at it tonight. I mean, for round after round around the racetrack. What was it like out there battling side by side on a small track like this track here at the Chili Bowl? And what was you lacking there from catching our leader, Brandon?
Well, the track was slick, so the side-by-side action was pretty fun. Pretty bottom dominant here, but the top came in there late. I don't know. Brandon, he just had his stuff together. I think if we had a couple more cautions, we would have had another shot, and the lap cars didn't help us like we wanted them.
Yeah, I was hoping to see you, you know, when that caution come out, I knew that that would give you a chance to get up to Brandon and maybe have a shot at the win here, but seems like Brandon really had his car hooked up, but you did too. I seen you drive around those guys right around the bottom, man. I mean, come on now. I hate to see what would have happened if there would have been another caution, though. It seemed like the further the race went on, you just got a little bit faster.
Yeah, we're getting faster week by week. We're finally getting to talk to you, which is a good thing, I think. Hopefully next week we can finish her off. I think we got 3 left, so hopefully we can pick up one of the 3.
Yeah, man, and for my first race here to watch you guys out there, I thought it was an awesome show you guys put on. You only had, what, 1 caution? 1 admin caution and 1 other caution. So, I mean, it was a great show, or was it more than that? Hold on, let's pull it up on here.
I think it was 1. I think you're right.
Yeah, only 2 cautions, and 1 was the admin caution to get Miller back out there. So, man, what a show you guys put on, man. It was a lot of fun to watch you, and hey, man, you can't win them all, Trevor. Anybody want to thank?
I got to thank my dad and my brother, my girlfriend. I think they're watching. I got to thank you for putting this on, and Jeremy Freeman for all he does.
Hey, man, thank you. I appreciate it for having everybody coming over and watching you. It's a lot of fun showing those guys how you do out here, man. You did great tonight.
Thank you.
That was Trevor Bitterling, the driver of the 225 tonight. And he's going to come home second here at the Chili Bowl. Our winner, Brandon Bolden, out there in Facebook. Unfortunately, don't have a way to talk to him on the radio, so maybe if you got any questions, you can ask him out there in the Facebook chat. Oh, here he is. Let's talk to him. Found him. Brandon Bolden, it's Jay Weezy. You got a copy?
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, man, I'm glad I got to talk to you there for a second. I didn't think I was going to, man, but what a car you had. I mean, you almost had about a half a track on these guys until the caution come out. But when that caution come out, what was going through your head, man? Was you worried anyway?
I was worried about the restarts. I couldn't get the car up on the bars because, man, these things roll so weird at 20 miles an hour. It ain't even funny. And then I figured if I just get a good restart, I think I'd be all right. But about 30 through 34, I started hitting the wall every lap, and I was like, oh, no, Bitterling's going to get me. Yeah. But then I just got back in my rhythm and went on with it.
Yeah, pretty slick out there, huh?
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, man, how was the car, though? Was it good up top or the bottom? I really didn't get to watch you a whole lot because you was just out there running by yourself. At one point, I believe, like I said, you had about a half a track on these guys.
I just kind of kept running in on the bottom and then pushing up to the top, and, I mean, that's basically taking the line away from everyone else, so I just tried to keep doing that. So.
And we also noticed, you know, the lap cars wasn't really giving it away and letting you go by. They was making you work for it. Have any trouble that way?
No, that 21, he was all right, but the other one, I got worried there for a lap or two. I was like, oh, I'm going to have to move him to get by him. So
I'm sure Trevor Bitterling wouldn't have minded that. He was doing everything he could to get to your back bumper, man. Just unfortunate he couldn't do it. And, hey, fortunate for you, you parked it in victory lane to bring home the win tonight here for the ADDICTS Outlaw Modified Series. It is race number 8. So race number 9 is next week, man. Hope to see you in victory lane. Maybe you can do it 2 in a row. Anybody want to thank tonight?
Just everybody. I'm on Team DSR with Colton Jones, Austin Friedman, Nicholas O'Lane. I just got to thank them guys. Them helped me a lot, and they've turned into really good buddies.
Hey, man, total domination tonight for you, Brandon. You started first, finished first, won your heat race, and led all 50 laps, man. Good job.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate it. I thank you guys for putting this thing on. It's really cool.
Hey, man, thank you. That was your winner, Brandon Bolton, and he really laid the smack down on him here. He really laid the smack down on him here in the ADDICTS Racing League. By the way, if you want to get hooked up with these guys, check out the description of this video. All the information that you may need will be in there. If not, it'll be a way for you to find it in the description of this video. So hopefully that'll help you out tonight, either on Facebook or YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, like, I'm not sure who it is, Trace Williams over on YouTube, but if you're watching on Twitch, find us on Facebook at SRTV Network for all the information. If you need to, send us a message. Maybe we can help you out. And that's going to do it for tonight. So for SRTV Network and the ADDICTS Outlaw Modified Series, tonight's winner, Brandon Bolton. Total domination here at the Chili Bowl. Until next time, I'm Jay Weezy. Keep getting dirty.